We're talking EQ, social etiquette, right?
Yep.
Man, you know, IQ, EQ. What's IQ?
IQ, to be able to solve riddles and mathematical problems.
And EQ is emotional intelligence. A lot of people lack EQ, and so their social dynamic suffers because they're not very cognizant or aware of their emotional intelligence in their environment. And so what this episode brings is maybe some thoughts, some ideas on how you can be a little more socially accepted and you know, don't come off like you're a little odd, strange, weird.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
No,
super important. Important. It's super important
you
because
know,
we never know the impression that we're giving to somebody. You know. So here's an example. If you're not really tuned into social etiquette, social etiquette and EQ, right? Your emotional intelligence, you could be in a meeting, say you go on a trip to see Dave and Ryan, right? At this big event, this big life coaching or encouragement event, and you meet a bunch of people there, and you're not really in tune with your own EQ, right? And you're doing things that are a little socially awkward or unaccepted. Then what? You miss out on networking opportunities. You miss out on friendships, potential friendships, because what you know, your first impressions are the lasting ones, right?
as you were picturing all these event, it came to my mind that many people don't understand that they need to put their phone in silence when they are in seminars and events. And I've been in so many events that the cell phone will start ringing and they will even answer it.
Answer it, really?
It's not most people, but this is the reason that whenever we have a topic, we give basic advices and intermediate advices, not only like the expert advice, because some of the people lack the basics. So we need to cover from the beginning, like you put your phone on silence, for example.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's not something that I would even consider. Even now, my phone is on silent. It's on airplane mode because I'm doing business, right? This is no joke. This is business. So yeah, people have to be cognizant. You got to be aware of what you're doing, and it's a skill. You know, even if you're not high on EQ, right? And you may be a little introverted, and so you don't make friends as easily as someone that's extremely extroverted. That doesn't mean that it's not a skill that you can't work on, right?
Exactly.
It's absolutely something that you can work on, change about yourself, or at least alter your state when you're in an environment where it's necessary. Because look, there's good people that miss out on great opportunities because they're not in tune with how awkward they come off sometimes, or what they're doing, and maybe it would be considered inappropriate in that particular place. So it's extremely important to understand you, right? To understand who you are and what you do, but also understand that you can alter that, and you can alter that temporarily or permanently. It's up to you. It just takes some work.
It's pretty simple. When you learn the rules, you just need to practice them. It's not like something that you really have to study to comprehend.
Yeah.
you just need someone to tell you or to read it somewhere. And after you know it, it's a matter of everyday practice, like actually doing it.
I
For
agree.
example, like if we were the host of the event, it would be courtesy to offer you a drink, like to have some water in the room for everybody that feels thirsty. So, because if you have someone talking to you for an hour straight or 2 hours, you might want to drink something. We need to think of you with breaks.
Yeah.
So if anybody needs to go to the bathroom, he won't miss something from what we're saying while he's at the bathroom. So
Yeah.
these are things, and the mindset behind all this is about how the other person feels in that situation, right,
Yeah.
Dave?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, real quick, everyone watching, make sure that you give a like, hit that like or love button because it helps. It helps YouTube, it helps Facebook tell other people that are interested in this that we're on and we're offering some free, helpful, awesome advice, researched, awesome, beautiful advice just for you guys. So hit the love button, hit the like button, give us some love because we're doing this for free, and we're doing it because we really believe that what we have to offer, other people can get and really be able to change their lives with it. Something that I was thinking about when you were talking is interrupting while people are talking. And this is a double whammy because one, if you're interrupting someone or you don't let them finish what they're saying, you've done two things. You've let them know that you're not listening, right? And you've also let them know that you don't care. And so when people interrupt me during my conversation with them, I will stop talking to you. I will literally, whoever, I don't care who you are, I will stop talking because I value what I have to say in my time. And if you don't value it, then we could just sit in silence. I don't care, but I'll stop literally in the middle and be like, "Oh, all right, you weren't really listening, so we're cool." And that's it. So make sure that you're when you're engaging with people that you're actually like engaged with them into the conversation that you're having with them and you care about what they say. And if you don't, right? If you're talking to somebody's talking to you and you really don't give a crap what they're saying, stop talking to them because now you're wasting your time, right?
Yeah. You know, what I think about this is there's a bit deeper, there's a need for many people to be heard. They want someone to listen to them. They have a story, they have some experiences they had today or the past week or month. So they want to interact, but mostly they want to someone to listen to them. So when you interrupt someone, and I know this because I've been there interrupting others.
Hmm.
I've been there, I've done that. And the thing is, I needed to be heard. So I realized at some point that I was doing it, and realizing a behavior you want to change is the first step for you
Mm.
to change it.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
realized
Yeah.
was then I said, okay, why? So I found the root. And because I had it, I could see it to others because most of the times, if not every time, what you see to others is what you have inside you already. It's what you
Mm.
are doing.
Mm. That makes
So,
sense. Yeah.
yeah, I actually observed that multiple times in different things.
Hmm. Yeah, man, that's a bad habit that a lot of people have. And it's like, you know what? Shut up. Shut up and listen. Shut up and listen, or don't engage in the conversation. And I know I know it's unintentional, but that doesn't matter. Like just because someone's actions are unintentional doesn't mean that they don't hurt or they don't bother or they don't cut you off from opportunities, because that's really what we're talking about is look at the opportunities that you could lose by cutting people off in their conversation and not actually listening to them, right? Maybe that's your next boss, maybe that's your next client. And they go, well,
That's huge.
they don't even listen. So why am I going to pay him my money? I'll go to Dave and Ryan.
You know, exactly like you said, it's not intentional, but you know, many times, I don't know if it's only me because I have the ADHD, because that really doesn't help.
Hmm.
Like it's by the book that you interrupt, and like from kids, when I was talking with a professional on the case, he told me that young kids with the ADHD, they do this, and because of that they become the black sheep sometimes. But
Hmm.
anyway, this is a parenthesis here. The thing is that many times you don't even realize you are doing it. It's a blind
Hmm.
spot. So you need, in order to understand if you're doing it, you need to pay attention to what others tell you. Well, this is difficult, but you need to pay attention if others tell you that you interrupted them. Because if they tell you once, twice, three times, four, five, then it means you are doing it habitually and you don't
Yeah,
even know you're doing it.
that makes sense. I never thought about that. Yeah, you gotta pay attention when somebody is saying, hey, you know what? You're a little socially awkward sometimes. Yeah, you're good friends. You know, your friends will tell you that. And if
Yeah.
you're a friend to somebody, a friend, you should
Mhm.
make sure that you're telling them, like, hey, you know, dude, when you constantly let your phone slip,
It's
no,
it's actually the iPad. The phone has the
but yeah, I've known plenty of people that may not understand that they're a little socially awkward, or they get even little things like a limp handshake when you go into a meeting, when you
Oh
meet
yes.
somebody new. This little the fish thing doesn't work, right? Nah, nah, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants your limp handshake. So firm up a little bit. I've had the opposite too. Somebody come in and go, oh, hey, buddy. I'm big. Come on, man. Okay, okay. We get it. We get it.
Of, I remember a ship owner. I was doing my practice work there in his
Uh,
company. He had the strongest handshake I've ever experienced. He doing like siski for decades.
really?
So he's so strong. I don't know if you realize it.
You, he came at you and broke your hand, huh?
Oh, but he's adorable. And you know, since we're talking about handshakes, the other thing that it's not very enjoyable for the other person is when your hand is wet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
better to rub it off on your trousers before you give it to the other person, instead of giving it and it's like you had water or sweat.
Yeah. Well, you might get shot if you wet or if you shake somebody's hand with a wet hand these days.
What? Ah.
Corona. The wrong kind of Corona, not Mexican Corona on the beach. No, we don't want that. Yeah, it's kind of a weird time, but yeah, yeah. Make sure if you're holding a drink, a lot of times in a club or a bar, something like that, you're meeting new friends and maybe you're holding your drink. I always switch hands or hold it with my left. Switch hands. Hey, how are you? Um, Yeah, good point. Good point. Good point. What else do we
Yeah.
have on the list, my man?
Well, about how to interact with others, like you can always be polite. This is not a skill. Or if it's that difficult to be polite, then maybe you can observe someone that you find him to be polite.
Yeah.
And you
Oh,
know,
oh, 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 I remember. Look, this, okay, so look, Ryan, I don't know if I told you, we had a lot of issues. I cut you off. I know I did, but
don't worry, I'm excited now.
we had some issues in the house this week, this last week. And we had some electrical issues. We had some plumbing issues. We had no hot water for 4 days. We were boiling buckets, right? Pots of water. Cazzarola, magalo, etsi. Pame gato. Going downstairs to fill up the jacuzzi tub, right? The jacuzzi tub full of hot water. And then you sit in it like this. Splashing water. It was bad. For 3-4 days we did this. And anyways, so finally they had, huh?
You missed your chance of doing cold shower.
I tried that. I told you, man, I don't do the cold bath thing. It's not a thing for me. Look. So the plumbers, there were 3 plumbers that came over. The electrician fixed something, and then a pipe busted. We had hot water for about 2 days, and then a pipe busted. And so the plumbers needed to come over, and the plumbers are running around the house all over, trying to find pipes and stuff. And a new guy came in, and I said, yes. I said, hello, how are you? And he says, Kala. Afto. He says, good. And he doesn't reciprocate. He doesn't say, good, how are you? And instantly, with anyone that does this, and a lot of people do this, they don't ask you back, and it's just polite to ask back, right? It's just polite. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just polite. Somebody asks you, how are you? Or says hello, speak, ask back. So what I do to everyone that does that,
this is the common courtesy.
yeah, everyone that does that, I say, kalaime, faristo. I'm good, thanks. Even though they didn't ask. Always. And they kind of look like, oh. And then they always ignore it, but they hear it. They know.
Yeah.
It's my subtle way of trying to say, come on, elevate yourself a little bit.
You can do better.
Yeah.
This is one of the social skills from the businesses that I'm getting services from is a deciding factor for me where I'm gonna give my the work to. So if I want to fix my computer, for example.
Yeah.
So how they treat me in the office, this is a deciding factor for me. And I actually decided on that yesterday. But, businesses, especially businesses, because we're talking work there,
Yeah.
businesses need to educate their employees on social skills. All the employees that come in contact with customers.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
if any business owner or employee is hearing us right now and he says, "Oh yeah, this is how they should," "Oh yeah, my business needs that," well, you can always contact us, and we would be
more than happy to come out and train your employees.
happy, yeah.
More than happy to. Absolutely. Yeah. Take that. We will train your employees on how to really create a customer experience. Everyone that walks through your door or calls your business should have an experience, a pleasant experience, not a bad experience, a pleasant experience with you. I can't say enough about Starbucks and Amazon. Why do they rule their niche? Why? There's nobody bigger than Starbucks or Amazon in what they do. Why? Because you'll never have a bad experience with them. They train their customer service to just their customers are first. They want you to be happy.
Yeah.
It's it. I'll go out of my way to go to a Starbucks. I've been on the freeway. Oh, the Starbucks is back that way 2 miles, right? 4 kilometers. Let's go back real quick. I've done it more than Vassal will put in the comments, Vassal, when you put in the comments if you remember us doing that. I'm sure she'll more than once, a bunch of times, because I love their. It's not because their coffee is that great. It's good. I like it, but okay. It's because I know that I'm going to have a great coffee. I'm not going to have a problem when I drive off and go down, take a sip, and oh, this isn't good. No.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And with holidays, you tend to go back to the hotels that you had a fulfilling customer experience.
Yep.
Because outstanding customer experience makes a difference. This is why people go again and again and again, like you go to Starbucks again and again.
Absolutely.
So we said about talking politely, and you had mentioned about that you're talking to people like they are your friends. So you listen to them like you're talking to a friend, eh?
Everyone, 100% of the time, because I do care. When I'm speaking to someone, I care about what they're saying. I will choose to not have a conversation with you over having a conversation with you if I'm not going to actually pay attention. There's plenty of people that I've met that I go, you know what, I don't care about what they're going to say. They don't vibe with me. They're not on the same frequency, whatever it is, or they're just full of crap. I think, hey Ryan, I got a prediction, man. I have a prediction. 2021 and 2022 are going to be the years of no BS. We're going to. I love you, man. You got it.
The timing was amazing.
So look, I'm telling you, people are getting smart to people just BSing them, trying to get money out of them, trying to get something. People are starting to get smart. It's going on so much right now. There's so much there's so many people just coming on, trying to get your money and going. And I think in the next year or two, authenticity is going to be the key. If you're not authentic in your business, if you're not authentic in your conversations and what you're doing in life, people are going to cut you off.
Yeah.
It's going to be over.
And quality, quality, because quality is the only thing that stays when there is a crisis. All the rest is closing, but quality is like crisis proof.
Yeah.
Another suggestion would be you should exercise your social muscle and understand where you should use the plural and be polite. Like sometimes we use the singular tense, not tense.
Yeah, tense.
The singular tense without having the approval of the other person we are talking with, and he's a stranger, like in the bank or in
yeah. Yep.
Well, this is a sure step to lose the other person's will to serve you.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to serve you anymore. He prefers to serve somebody else that he's polite. I always get the best service wherever I go because of the politeness I express to the people, and the patience, because You know, when you go somewhere and you need some help from others, you need to be patient. Sometimes you can't have everything in 1 second. Maybe they need 5 minutes. But if you give them and you are patient and kind, because they are working, they're not
Yeah.
they're
Oh,
they're
geez.
not your slaves. So if you are kind with them, most of the times they will help you.
What everybody that's watching, put in the comments if you're watching now or if you're watching later. Put in the comments just one thing that someone else could take away from having social etiquette, right? Some good high EQ. But one thing in the comments, just go, hey, you know what? This is something that I do or something that I notice that that people should work on that really could elevate their EQ or their social etiquette. Just put in the comments real quick. Put down in the comments. Even if you're watching after the live, put in the comments because this is gonna be helpful for everyone else, right? People go. I know a lot of people that's the first thing they do is go look at the comments in these videos. So.
Mhm. So another thing that it's very easy to do and very easy not to do is to hold the door for somebody,
Mm,
to let somebody cross the street in front of you because he's in a hurry. So you have the green light, but you can still wait for 2 seconds, 2 more seconds, or offer some help. You see someone that is juggling with like 10 boxes on him and he's about to throw everything down. Give him a help, you know, a helping hand.
yeah.
If you give a helping hand, you will have one back to you when you need it. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, I agree. I
you
agree.
are.
You know, being nice to people, being caring. How about that? Caring. Not just being nice, caring. If you
Yeah.
care about the person with 10 boxes trying to cross the street and barely doing it right, if you think maybe that guy or that girl can fall because they're not seeing over the boxes. If I just grab two boxes and walk across the street, it's going to take me 2 minutes. Why not? Right?
Mhm.
Why not? A
You
lot of
know,
us don't do things because we're afraid. For some weird reason, we're afraid to walk up to somebody and go, "Hey, do you need a hand? Can I help you with that?"
I like how have you noticed in parks where families go with their kids?
Mm-hmm.
If one kid is away from his parents, you know, little kids how they run away, eh? So the other someone will notice and will catch the kid that is going towards the road or towards somewhere that is a little bit dangerous, you know.
Hmm.
So they will help because most of them are parents or they understand that it's a small kid that it might be in danger, so they catch it in order to help the parents that are like 30 meters or 20 meters away and they are not next to the kid. So this is
Very true.
a shared interest
Mm-hmm.
for small kids. So another video, I have you seen, Dave, these videos where someone during traffic will stop to help an old person cross the road?
Oh, Senecchia, ne?
Yeah, I've seen motorcyclists or cars. They go. These videos go around the internet.
Yeah, yeah.
So someone will stop the whole traffic passage in
Oh,
order to help an elder person. So if you have seen this video, notice how you felt by watching it.
mm.
Didn't you feel good that this person stopped to help the elder person, the elder lady? It could be your
Mm.
grandma at this
Yeah,
age.
yeah, yeah.
So if you're feeling good with this stuff, why not you be next time the person that stopped and helped the elder person, or the lady, or the kid, or the animal?
Yep, yep.
And
Yeah, animals, I've seen a lot of people do that. They're very, very cognizant of animals and what the animals are doing.
And I guarantee you, you will feel the same way that you felt when you saw the other person do it, and even
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
when you do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we are at 30 minutes. We got a couple more, maybe.
Oh, yeah, at least 7, maybe.
It's 10, 15. Catherine has some good points. People don't allow you to complete your thoughts sometimes. Interrupting, if people stop interrupting others, develop your social muscle. I like that. Those are good points. Very good points, Catherine. Catherine is another amazing life coach that I absolutely love to death. She's great. And she's one of our biggest fans. So thanks for always being here,
Yeah,
Catherine. Love you.
very authentic, eh? Authentic life.
Yeah. Authentic Life by Catherine. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So another small story. I was a kid and I had gone to buy a sausage, a hot dog. There
Mm.
was a place with like 20 different sausages, and I went to buy there. So I think I had like €5 with me, and there was this huge one with that was extra spicy, and I said, "Oh, how much is this?" And it was, I think, like five something, 560, and I only had five. It was like I don't think I was more than 10 or 12 years old, and he tells me it's like 560, and I say, uh okay, I don't have, I will take something else. And there was this man next to me, and he just said, give it to him, give it to him, I will pay the extra. So he gave me, like, he paid for me 60 cents. 60 cents. I still, after 20 years, I still remember this gesture of kindness from this man.
Really?
Yes, I
60?
didn't expect it. It was totally unexpected. He had already took his
Yeah, 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 yeah.
hot dog, and he happened to be next to me, and he
That's
realized,
that's so cool that you remember that and it actually had an impact to you. Because I do this all the time in the supermarket. I'll buy the people's groceries in front of me or behind me or something all the time. I do it at least once a month. Or just buy somebody a coffee. If I'm getting a coffee, I'll buy, somebody behind me a coffee also. Or I'll leave. The last time I did it, I actually left maybe €20 or $20, at Mikel and said, hey, the next few people, just tell them that somebody bought their coffee. Just because, sometimes your gesture of kindness can really make somebody's day, or, I remember one time I decided, because I'll decide that I'm going to do that before I go in the supermarket. And I don't, and it doesn't matter how much groceries the person has behind me, I'm going to do it. And this one guy just had chicken. He had a cooked chicken behind me, and he was already eating it, and he was like starving it. I could tell, like, the way he was eating it, he was hungry. And I said, wow, this guy, I'm going to buy his chicken for him. And then I gave him extra €10 because that's what I had on me. And he was so appreciative. And you could tell, like, that had an impact on his day.
yeah,
Sometimes people can't afford the little things that we take for granted, you
yeah.
know.
You
Anyways,
know,
we should wrap up. I'm Ryan.
uh, should we? Okay,
Yeah, we've been at it for.
I will give you the next one. Be on time.
You said that you wrote this down, huh?
Yeah,
Huh.
be on time. So respect other people's time and be on time. So if you are not on time or and up until now, then there is a need for you to make a plan to be on time. I actually made a 1 minute video from the ones I do, on Facebook. I make a 1 minute videos in Greek. So I said, if you need 30 minutes to go somewhere, give it another 15. So for every 30 minutes, add 15 more. If you need an hour to go somewhere, start an hour and a half earlier. So no matter what might delay you in the process, you will still make it, and you might be a little bit earlier. But the sure thing is you're gonna be there, you're gonna go there relaxed and not in stress, sweating, and like, oh, I'm on time. And the
Yeah.
other person will not lose time by waiting for you for 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah,
So
punctuality is a big thing for me, huge thing. You know that.
yeah, and it needs planning.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point, Ryan. You got to plan to be on time. You can't just so a lot of people don't even put like an appointment in their phone or their calendar and set a reminder for it for 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever you need. And you should get in the habit of that because that'll always keep you on track, right? Don't set it for the time that you're supposed to be on because you're going to be late. And if somebody can't respect my time, if they keep me waiting 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, what, I'm going to do business with you? You've already started off on the wrong foot.
Mhm.
Anyways, all right, all right, all right. We love you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope that every tip that we offered you guys resonated and it made sense and it's impactful. That's the purpose of doing these coffee times with Dave and Ryan, is to make sure that we're impacting your life in a positive way. Again, if you need some coaching, if you want us to come out and train your employees, we're all about mindset, all about productivity. We're all about creating your best life, your absolute top notch best life. And Ryan's Greek. So if you're in Greece, Ryan's your guy. If you want to do some online stuff, I'm your guy. I got some projects even in Greece going on right now. So yeah, man, anything?
You realize, guys, that we have so many things to say that we can't fit them in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Even so, for example, social etiquette is a huge deal because it's about your everyday life for all your years. It's not something that ends when you stop working or when you stop going to school. It's from the beginning till the end. So this is a whole seminar in our courses. So if you want to learn more, if you want to get better understanding, listen more stories, because through stories you get points better in your head, then contact us, and we are in the process of developing programs on these subjects and social education. And Dave has amazing ideas in new projects. He's so creative. We are creating again and again. Every month we have new ideas to implement.
Yeah,
So contact us and we will be happy to get in touch with you.
absolutely. All right. What's the website? www.upna.net. Teens, if you have kids, or if you're mentoring teens, if you're a coach, maybe you're a soccer coach, a football coach, a baseball coach, somebody that works with teens, go to teenmentoring.world, www.teenmentoring.world. There's some cool programs and some one-on-one coaching. And Ryan has an awesome men's mentoring and styling, because Ryan's a model. I'm a model. Woo!
Now I'm modeling for braces at the moment.
You should. So on the website upna.net, you can see Ryan's modeling programs. Okay, we should wrap up. We love you guys. Everybody's leaving us. Peace.
Bye bye, everybody.